my heart started racing really fast, like it was beating extremely fast. I reached out for my wife and I said, I don't know what kind of brownies we bought from the grocery store, but I think these ones were spiked with something. I felt like I was on drugs.
You have no idea what's going on.
I would look at myself and I'd be like, something's wrong.
I was so frustrated with being dizzy every day.
Everything around me was so blurred.
I had bouncing vision.
I had double vision.
Especially it's freaky when you look in the mirror and you just see yourself swaying back and forth and you know that you're not moving.
You, the world, everything that I'm looking at is tilted to the side right now.
I have had very severe light sensitivity.
I will look at my phone screen and it will be extremely bright.
And a horrible hyperacusis, which is sensitivity to any sound.
My left ear is deaf and my right ear hears in mono.
The only thing I hear is loud white noise.
And I had horrible tinnitus.
Like a washing machine.
Everything is just...
Opening a cabinet to get a spoon, that would be so debilitating.
And I said, and to be honest, doctor, this might sound crazy.
My head feels like it's half full of water and it swishes back and forth.
I constantly, 24/7, feel a sense of rocking front to back, swaying side to side.
That's kind of how it feels to have vertigo. Like sometimes you're sitting still, but you feel like you're in motion.
Bobbing up and down.
Like I was in a fun house.
I feel like I live in a bouncy house.
If I was on cement and then I walked into the grass, it felt different. It felt like I was going into quicksand as soon as I went on the grass.
The lack of balance is a real thing.
I lost my sense of balance. So I'm constantly trying to grip something.
So sitting up against a wall or gripping onto my chair and just feeling like I need this sensation to stop, because when you're in a fun house, like you can get off, but with the vestibular disorder, there's no off button.
When you are on the top of a mountain or you are somewhere where there's height and you look down and you notice there's a big drop, and the anxiety that you can get that, ooh, I don't want to fall.
Having this constant dizziness or feeling like you're going to fall over all the time, I mean, that would give anyone anxiety.
My heart was racing 1,000% every single day for no reason. I felt exhausted and tired, but not sleepy.
Your mouth dries up, your heart starts pounding.
If I'm walking and if I see a sudden light of, suppose, a street light, and it used to mess up with my brain, my eyes, my ears, and I used to start feeling dizzy, and in that moment my body used to panic and I used to gasp for air.
I was scared and I thought I was dying, and part of me thought that I was losing my mind, thought that I was going crazy.
The fear that you feel is just surreal.
I was wide awake for 3 months, crying, desperate, trying to find a solution or an answer to what was happening to me.
These things deteriorates your self-confidence so much, and it makes you think so many bad things about what is happening to you.
Anxiety tells me I can't do things the way I used to. Anxiety wants me to stay in bed and not challenge myself. Anxiety tells me that I'm worthless and I shouldn't try anymore.
It was really hard to live a normal life.
It was hard to walk in a place where there was a lot of people, fairs, events.
Going to the supermarket.
I'm trying to go to a concert, a wedding, an event, even some restaurants.
Sitting with my friends and chatting, the usual things, I couldn't bear that.
But because, quote unquote, you look normal, it doesn't translate. It's not the same. That person that you are seeing, it's not what I'm feeling inside.
Sometimes I felt like I was falling
So I walk into walls and I bump into door frames.
I just couldn't calculate the space.
I had no control whatsoever of my body suddenly.
You're struggling to just walk. I mean, you're a completely different person, and to have your family and friends accept that and want to support you through that is such a challenge, even if they're the most understanding people.
I always thought like I won't be part of this usual life anymore, and I was very scared because my body was not my own. I would say that.
So socially, it changes who you are. There's so much isolation and depression wrapped up in all of this.
It is a constant struggle, mentally, physically, emotionally. I feel like it's so tough to explain to somebody what you're feeling inside when everything seems to be normal.
But I'm gonna keep going forward because there's hope.
How do I do this?
What do you do with things that are broken? You either return it and get a new one, or you try to fix it and restore it to a functional condition. And
After that, a lot of sadness and everything. I did not stop.
After many different specialists, many doctors, many hours of praying,
I did try to return this, but I was told no returns.
I have a lot of different things that I use.
What didn't I do is a better question. Everything except for put the banana peel on my head. I think that was one of those like urban legends.
I was determined not to stay still and not to stay down, but to make sure that I still live life to the fullest.
And my best recommendation of what should be in your toolkit is a journal. I was so overcome with having the daily symptoms that I wasn't seeing the forest through the trees. So that's why I always recommend to log down what you're doing.
I love to do walking and hiking. I usually bring a walking stick with me or walking poles.
Which is really my third leg, to be honest with you. I don't leave home without it.
And I don't use a cane in order to keep myself upright. I can do that, but I can't walk a straight line.
It helps me have something to lean on, and it gives me a little bit of comfort.
I was there doing vestibular therapy as recommended by the therapist day in, day out.
I use a weighted blanket when I sleep. It gives me proprioceptive input. It's calming. It helps me know that I'm not moving.
I also ride an e-bike, which allows me to get some exercise.
In order to go on vacation, I knew I couldn't walk long.
Disney World is a vestibular nightmare, as some people call it. For me, I wanted to overcome that.
So I bought a transport chair.
So I use blue blocking glasses.
I use something like this, so I wear this the whole day.
And everyone would kind of just look at me as if to say, what are you doing with Boo? It's not sunny outside.
It has reduced my, a dizziness, a trigger from screens, the dizziness from screens, like 60-70%.
And I started doing things to help my nervous system calm down.
Having a massage therapist and a chiropractor is key in my life.
I think I owe a lot to yoga. Asanas or poses can really bring a balance to whatever are imbalanced things inside your body.
Doing yoga and meditation, breathing techniques.
I know a lot of people say, oh, we don't have time. I'm one of those, but when I do those 5 minutes and 10 minutes and I commit, I immediately start my day in a better place.
And I also do earthing, and I've been experimenting with grounding. It's the same thing, earthing and grounding. And that's when you just go out and walk around barefoot on the natural ground. You hug a tree, you suck in some deep air, and you walk around and let the earth just kind of feed your soul.
I still have symptomatic days. They are better than before, of course.
The balance is regaining, and I feel like I'm almost there, 80% I would say.
This disorder for me, it's allowed me to actually find my center, my inner center.
I encourage everybody that has a disability, no matter what it is to try to find their toolkit and their coping methods to overcome your disability so that you can be part of this world and part of normal society.
I don't look at what I can't do. I accommodate and make it into I can do.
I can function, I can drive, I can work, I can be happy, I can be me again, I can be funny, I can be outgoing.
And I hope my journey also inspires you and helps you in getting to the position where I am right now. So don't lose hope.
So living in this body, in this brokenness, it's okay.